So welcome everyone to the webinar on urban logistics as part of our EIT Urban Mobility Matchmaking event series. My name is Wiebke Müller and I'm an Innovation Lifecycle Officer at EIT Urban Mobility based in Copenhagen at the Innovation Hub North. And with me I have my colleague Emma Kohn as well, who's working as an Innovation Officer in Barcelona and who will support throughout the session. On the next slide, you can see that this session is part of the EIT Urban Mobility Matchmaking session, which takes place from the 15th to the 18th of April. Yesterday, on Monday, we basically already kicked off the matchmaking event series with a call information session, which was holding some relevant information on the call framework, important criteria, and so on, and had our first thematic information session as well on public transportation. Right now, you can see we are on Tuesday morning with urban logistics, webinar of 1.5 hours outlining the most relevant information within the urban logistics topic of our main innovation call, discussing the framework, the topics of interest, and hearing some very interesting pitches from entities all across Europe. You can see we will continue with the thematic input after lunch in the afternoon at 2:30 Central European Time. The electrification and alternative fuel webinar will take place. And then tomorrow and on Thursday, we have a few more webinars where you can, for example, meet the cities, which will introduce their city challenges around which we are building the projects always at EIT Urban Mobility. The guidance to applicants, which could be very useful for entities which want to apply. And on Thursday, you can see a webinar on commercialization and financial sustainability, where these aspects and requirements will be discussed in detail from our experts, as well as a session which is new this year on intellectual property. So all of these could be very interesting if you want to hear some more information, if you're new maybe to our innovation call. You can see we will record all webinars so that everything can be rewatched afterwards. So if you maybe missed something I'm saying now or didn't have time to go to the call information session yesterday, don't worry, it will be uploaded on the B2Match platform through which you already have signed up now for this webinar, and we will upload it on the call website as well. Then just to outline, if you have any questions throughout this webinar, either to me on the call framework or to the presenters of the pitches, please drop them in the Q&A function in the bottom here at Zoom so that we can go through them in a dedicated session Q&A afterwards. So if on the next slide, you can see the agenda. Basically, we're right now at the welcome. I will, in a minute, outline the scope and the aim for the call, as well deep dive into the topics. We have 6 topics of interest for this year's innovation call within urban logistics. Then we have the 6 pitches. I will introduce the B2Match platform a little bit more in detail so that you understand fully how you can use it and basically present yourself there and find opportunities how to build successful consortia. And then at 11:15, depending how quick we are in this webinar as well, we will have the Q&A where we will go through each and every question which is dropped until then in the Q&A function here in Zoom. Yes, and with this, I would go to the innovation call outline and framework. So the focus for our 2025 call is urban logistics, in which webinar you are right now, electrification of transport and alternative fuels, as well as public transportation. So the focus on public transportation is new this year. We had projects already funded previously on this, but before we had future mobility, which now got changed to public transportation. We aim to support pan-European multidisciplinary consortia and projects that respond to existing or anticipated urban mobility challenges. So this is basically where the need is emerging from. Then we are focusing on a quite high tier L level. So projects which we are funding is starting at minimum tier L6. So we target projects that are in the final stages of the tech demonstration, which can have a demonstration, a check how well they work, and can enter the market during the project implementation timeline. So this is a contrast to, for example, Horizon Europe projects, which have a quite early tier L level. Then The call is aligned with the aims of the missions on climate neutral and smart cities to accelerate the digital energy and mobility transformation of cities. So it's a plus if the city you want to pilot your solution is a mission city, but it's not mandatory. And then last point, specifically relevant for the urban logistics focus point as well, is that we actively work together with ALICE, the European Technology Platform Alliance for Logistic Innovation. Now the second year already, and about this collaboration, we are very happy. So this is something to have in mind as well for the urban logistics topic of our main innovation call. To recap shortly the main features of the main innovation call, in detail, you can find them in the call manual and in the webinar yesterday morning, but just to outline basically the framework we are operating in right now. The call was launched 2 weeks ago on the 4th of April 2024 and will be open for 2 months. So you have time until the 4th of June 2024 at 5. Important information too, not midnight, but at 5. The call will close. So basically you have 2 months to build a consortium, to develop your project idea further, can discuss it, and write the proposal, which takes a little bit of time as well. Then the evaluation is consisting of 2 stages. First, there's an external evaluation, and this is followed by a panel hearing where, specific questions are asked too, and it's an opportunity to clarify any open question if there's something unclear. Communication of results will be around October 2024. So, and it's expected that the projects will start in November or December 2024, so a little while from now on. Then it's in total 2.5 million euros of EIT funding available for this topic, for logistics in general. And here we are expecting to fund between 250,000 to 500,000 euros per project. So this depends, of course, on scope of the project, on the impact, and all costs need to be justified. But just that you know, this is the area where we are operating in. Any questions can be sent to the innovation call 2025 at eitmobility.eu email address. So this is the general one for any unclarities of the call, any questions here for the call manual. And then me and my 4 colleagues across Europe are very much available to discuss any project idea, any question you have. So I will deep dive into this in the end of the webinar again, how you can reach us. Topics, I already explained the 3, so I don't think I need to mention them in detail again. Then let's move to the topic introduction. Why urban logistics? So cities are large producers, distributors, and consumers of material goods. And the extent of these functions may vary depending on the geographical, historical, or socio-economic context, for example, port cities, manufacturing cities, financial cities, cultural hubs, and so on. But ensuring an efficient and sustainable urban logistics system adapted to local needs is fundamental for the correct operation of everyday services and to allow urban economies to flourish. And current urban logistics systems and dynamics pose significant challenges for city administration, who aim to mitigate traffic congestion, pollution, and public space occupation. And the exponential growth in parcel delivery, for example, is also a challenge for logistic operators who often need to navigate complex city environments and tight delivery windows. And just to highlight, urban logistics is not just about parcel delivery, it also refers to ensuring having enough stocks of food or retail goods, service construction sites falls into this, and basically guaranteeing essential public services such as waste management as well. And here just to outline in general the expected outcomes and impacts. EIT Mobility expects scalable solutions with strong commercialization potential that lead to clear improvements in urban logistics, both in planning and in operation, and that contributes to overall a better quality of life in cities and climate change mitigation. And proposals should clearly describe how they plan to work closely with the cities on delivering the solutions that do support wider city sustainability objectives. So as you can see, the cities are quite in the center of the needs, of course, and the project of EIT Mobility as well. So aligned with cities-wide sustainability objectives, and we would like to strengthen the cooperation with ALICE, the Alliance for Logistic Innovation. So projects which include, yeah, Alice or comes from Alice is very happily seen from our side as well. Then the 6 focus topics I already talked shortly about. So as I said now, we are looking for innovative solutions addressing the planning and management of transport of goods within urban areas, focusing on efficiency, sustainability, minimization of environmental impacts. And the topics shift a little bit each year, depending on emerging needs, new policies, changing landscape, what we funded before. So this year we have these 6 topics, which are topics of interest, so they are not exclusive, just to say. But the first one is solutions enabling an efficient use of existing logistics networks through shared infrastructure, assets, including data and/or skill sets between logistic operators and other public or private actors. The second one are solutions enabling an efficient use of existing logistic networks through the reuse, the adaptation, retrofitting, recycling of existing infrastructure, assets, including data, again as well, or skill sets to achieve not only commercial objectives, but also social and environmental benefits, especially in urban areas, which have maybe more challenges here. Then topic or challenge number 3, solutions demonstrating models of operation that can withstand, adapt, and recover from climate-related disruptions, including extreme weather events. These may range from climate-resilient logistic networks, or designing flood-resistant warehouses, or adopting technologies that enhance real-time monitoring and response capabilities. So this is quite, we didn't have this focus before neither, but based on the current situation, we saw this is needed to focus and fund projects in that area, of course, as well. So you're encouraged to find a solution for that one as well. Topic number 4, solutions addressing specific challenges of construction and bulk delivery and waste management, something where we didn't fund so much before, unfortunately, neither. But looking at the cities, we are very keen to see innovative solutions for this matter as well. Topic number 5, solutions supporting the deployment and operation of new or existing urban logistic hubs, understood as strategically located facilities within cities that serve as central points for planning of logistic flows, the consolidation, the sorting, and distribution or recollection. So basically addressing reverse logistics of goods. And it's important to highlight that we would like that the proposed solution does not contribute to urban or logistics sprawl here. And the last one, topic number 6, are solutions explicitly addressing the standardization among the supply chain, targeting the issue of overpackaging, which affects the efficiency of logistic operations. For example, large or non-standardized packaging that lead to inefficient use of transportation space, resulting in fewer items delivered per trip. So a little bit touching up on the physical internet as well. Then I would just like to highlight very shortly what we have funded so far on the next slide. Yes, exactly. So quite a lot of things happened already at EIT, urban mobility within urban logistics, since this is a central topic we need to focus on to make cities more sustainable. You can see innovation projects which we have funded previously are within the topics of the increasement of freight intermodality, with a focus on a reduction of zero-emission last mile transport or transport volumes, for example, through freight hubs and unmanned collection and drop-off services, for example, via the Hello project in 2021, or Logismile in 2022, which is an autonomous delivery robot, which is continuing in 2023, as well as Logicycle and Tactic in our business plan 2023 as well. We have projects as well which are looking into the curbside management, addressing parking, loading, and unloading management solutions, for example, via S+ loads, flex curb, and coding the curbs. And in this year, 2024, we have, for example, vehicle innovations we are testing, a delivery scooter from Bruntor and Green Dash project, and have StandTrack as well, which looks into intermodal solutions to better track parcels. So just this is an outline what we have funded, since it's quite relevant that we don't want to overfund certain areas. So this is standing in the call manual as well. So we aim to prioritize projects that address key aspects not sufficiently covered in our existing portfolio, and propose it should address topics or solutions that have not previously been covered in our existing portfolio. And you can check on the website, which is linked in the call manual, the projects in detail, or discuss with us. So that's always an option as well. So this is just an important note as well on the focus. Yes, but now I would say enough talk about the framework and all the requirements from EIT mobility, but let's move on to the pitches with some exciting solutions and ideas what to do in this year's main innovation call. So we have 6 different pitches from very cool companies all across Europe, who will now present what they do and their ideas. If you have any questions to the presenters as well, please drop them in the Q&A. We will get back to them in the Q&A session as well. And with this, I will already ask the first presenter, Michael from Change, to start presenting. The floor is yours. Please go ahead.
Thanks a lot. Are you putting the slide on? Yeah. My name is Michael Junge, and I'm representing Change, which is a green, sustainable last mile logistic company doing deliveries in Copenhagen, and we have started since 2019. We are doing all deliveries within Copenhagen area on electrical cargo bikes, and we have 40 of these, and we are doing up to 5,000 weekly deliveries in Copenhagen. We do have a warehouse in Copenhagen with cooling facilities, and we do also have storage and pick-pack operation. And we have a day and evening delivery throughout Copenhagen, and that includes Saturday and Sunday. And we are doing mainly B2C deliveries, but we are doing B2B agreements. We have we have our own business models, which means that our riders and employees are hired by us and we own the cargo bikes, which means that we are not having subcontractors. Yeah, please change. We do emit 7.5 times less CO2 per kilometer compared to a diesel truck, and we emit 6.5 times less CO2 per kilometer compared to electrical truck. Our business model ensures that we are having a success rate of ETA of 97.8%. And we also have a business model that ensures that the first time delivery rate is 97%. We also do help our customers achieving their ESG goals, and we do search or look for data that can prove that we have a less traffic congestion, less road wear, and also might be able to help the vehicle parking problem. And we have initial talks with Frederiksberg and Copenhagen municipality, and we hope to that all our data capture could show that we could be able to do some collaborative logistics together, where we can do some consolidation and distribution together with all actors. That's it. Yeah, that's it for now.
Great. Thank you so much. Very good insight. So I would say if you're curious to hear more, have an idea in mind, our city which is interested in the solution, reach out to Michael. You can see his contact information here. You can look it up in the recording afterwards. And then thanks for the short pitch, Michael, very appreciated. And with that, I would say we move on to the next one. So from Denmark, we go to Belgium, to Philippe from the VUB. So over to you, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Wibke. Good morning, everyone. So my name is Philippe Lebeau. I'm working at the Vrije Universiteit Brussels in the Mobilize Research Group. So the mission of our research group is, as you can see, to accelerate the transition to a more sustainable and inclusive mobility and logistics system. we are doing that by applying our expert tools in our different teams, in the team of urban mobility and the team dedicated to sustainable logistics. I'm especially part of the team Sustainable Logistics, where we are collaborating with a range of partners. We have been working already in the past with EIT Urban Mobility. We've seen 2 projects where we contributed to in the portfolio of projects presented by Wipke. And today I would like to share with you an idea that we have been discussing, especially with the members of the Green Deal in Brussels, and together also with Brussels Mobility, the local authority of transport of the Brussels Capital Region. And yeah, next slide, please. The idea is basically to integrate logistics into mobility hubs. You know that the concept of mobility hubs is expanding fast with the development of MaaS, the mobility as a service. So we are speaking about mobility here, not logistics. But we know that authority often first think about mobility and not logistics as first. But so the idea is to serve on that trend of the mobility hubs, to be able to integrate logistics, especially in the largest mobility hub. And here we would speak about a space of 15 to 20 square meters. It can be even less. And so that means that we are speaking here even less about micro hubs. Actually, it's more even nano hubs that we would like to explore in this project. And so this space would allow then a storage of goods for a few hours only. And this space would be connected to the mobility hub, connected to parking spaces, and connected also to mobility, to shared mobility services. So for example, you could have a van or a truck that would come and park in the hub, drop the goods at the hub, and then the last mile could be achieved with a shared cargo bike available at the hub. And then the final customer would be delivered in the neighborhood connected to that hub. So obviously that leads to a range of positive impact. Next slide, please. Here a few of them, but I'll focus here especially on the 3 main ones. According to me, the first one is of course that the hub will be able to support the development of cycle logistics, because these hubs would be located closely to the final consumers. And you know that for bikes, distance is a barrier, so the hub would be solving that important barrier for cycle logistics. Second impact of this hub, of this project, would be actually to tackle the problem of finding space for logistics in cities, or finding space for hubs, because we would be collaborating closely with the local authorities through the concept of mobility hubs. And then this has an impact, of course, on the business model, and that would be also an important objective of the project, is to be able to see to what extent the project is viable. We've seen already past experiences in Paris with Sogaris. That's the picture that you can see here. The idea is to learn on these previous experiments and keep on working together with the project, for example, that we would like to do together with Brussels Mobility, and together also with other cities and other partners that are interested in this concept. So next slide, please. Feel free to connect to be able to exchange more on this idea by dropping an email to the mail that you can see here. I'm also available after the meeting in the one-to-one meetings. You can just drop an invitation on the B2Match platform. So yes, looking forward to exchange with you on ideas around that topic.
Thanks, Philippe. I'm very much looking forward to see how this will develop. But yeah, so please use B2Match. That's what it's made for, and reach out to Philippe. With that, we're moving over to Rafael from Propagate. Welcome, Rafael, and please go ahead with your pitch.
Thank you very much. Hello, I'm Rafael. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Propagate. For many years, the construction sites have been operating in old traditional way, but right now we have the time for the change. In Propagate, we are targeting the problem of inefficient and disorganized logistics of construction materials, and our main clients, the target clients, are the main contractors, so the construction companies and people working for them, like logistic coordinators, plant managers, working on the site. And the suppliers of major construction materials. The target clients means that they are the main users of our system, but many more individuals can benefit from the use of Propagate platform at the construction site. Propagate is a construction logistics management platform that supports the general contractors and the suppliers with the digital communication channel, and Propagate is becoming a single point of truth for deliveries data. As it was already mentioned today, we have a successful collaboration with EIT Urban Mobility. We received funding and support from EIT Urban Mobility to pilot our solution with Warsaw-based concrete plant of Bosta Beton. We just released some videos, so please check our LinkedIn. There's 3-minute video about the collaboration with Bosta Beton in the EIT. And the goal of this collaboration was to ease the construction logistics of concrete mix and reduce the pollution. And the statement from our customer is that Propagate app has not only set up the logistics, but it has also improved or even eliminated the use of paper documents, because our system supported them with digitized delivery journey from when the concrete was batched on the truck up to the unloading at the construction site in just-in-time manner. So we were able to reduce the queuing of vehicle and lack of real-time data of incoming deliveries for the general contractors in the city centers. So what is our next step after digitizing one of the most crucial construction material? We want to improve the collaboration between the general contractors and suppliers by creating a construction consolidation center with a dedicated software for general contractor and suppliers for municipal projects. Construction consolidation centers, so the CCCs, are strategically located distribution centers that accept materials from suppliers, organize them into the day packs, and then distribute them to the construction site in just-in-time manner. So basically, we are looking for the cities that are willing to sublet an unused plot of land for the construction consolidation center in collaboration with the general contractor for municipal project, and also general contractors that would be interested in implementing the construction consolidation center. There is also we are also looking, for example, for the cities that have projects in the pipeline and can impact the way the project will be managed because they want to decrease the impact on the society around the construction site. So they are looking for some improvement in construction management. But what's the impact of construction consolidation center? Construction consolidation center allow goods from different suppliers to be aggregated together onto the same vehicle for the final leg of the delivery. So basically, it helps to reduce the number of vehicles that are not fully utilized that are going to the construction site, But this to transport the materials to the construction consolidation center, then it will be repacked into the day packs, transported to the construction site, and then the same truck can take the waste from the construction site on the return journey. So this can lower the traffic congestion around the site. There's also an impact on the CO2 pollution. So by reducing the number of vehicles on the road, construction consolidation centers can help reduce levels of CO2 emissions and other pollutants up to even 70% for the final leg deliveries, according to some studies, especially from London. Of course, the construction consolidation center not only affects the CO2 emissions, but also there is a social impact in terms of the noise and traffic, which is harder to measure, but fewer vehicles generally means reduced impact on the environment around the construction site. The deliveries from the construction consolidation center are usually more punctual, and according to London Construction Consolidation Center report, the delivery reliability rate from construction consolidation center compared to the usual deliveries that are going directly to the construction site is 97% versus 39%. So that's a huge impact on the reliability of deliveries going to the construction site. And finally, the CCC can lower the risk of off-site accidents. There is a report commissioned by Transport for London that notes the construction traffic in the UK capital appears to be causing a huge number of accidents involving cyclists because of huge lorries going directly to the city center that affects not only the traffic but also cause a lot of accidents. So yeah, once again, if you have any questions, please shoot me an email. I'm happy, to hop on a call and discuss, the idea we have in mind to utilize something that is already being used in the urban logistics, as other presenters were talking about, for example, the warehouses. That's a similar situation. We just want to, translate it for the construction materials, which has a huge impact, on the city and on the traffic, and also on the citizens. So thanks a lot for thank you very much for taking the time to hear about Propagate, and yeah, looking forward for the next presenters.
Thank you, Rafa. Great to have you here. So very sharp and on point pitch. You know what Propagate is looking for, so please reach out to Rafael and Propagate if you have want to collaborate, can partner up. So with this, we will move on to our fourth pitch, and we'll move on to delivery couple. So Sergi, the floor is yours. Welcome.
Hello, thank you very much for having me here. My name is Sergi. And next slide, please. So basically, in delivery couple, we build last mile delivery robots, as you can see on the picture. We are a small team, but I believe very efficient one. We have been working on the project related to the food deliveries before, and this was the food delivery app. And then we understood the area, the challenges, and the market quite well. I believe that's why how Delivery Couple was born in Poland. So Delivery Couple is called because we have robots Matthew and Katie. And the idea was that we need to design the robots the way that people would accept that, and having a robot faces and local names helped a lot. That was crucial about that project. We didn't have really any of the problems related to people breaking robots and so on, which maybe you've seen on the internet already. Next slide, please. Yeah, so basically, what's different, because there are already the companies who are doing that. We trying to connect the advertising and deliveries at the same. We believe this is the key to the cost efficiency of the last mile deliveries, because the solely autonomy and robotics, that's not enough. So we do the outdoor advertising and we do the deliveries. Sometimes we connect those things. Sometimes robot even just go on the city and talk to the people. So basically, yeah, the robot has the voice capabilities. And if we program the certain scenarios, you could program the robot to put on in the main city square and say, okay, look for the tourists and just ask them if they would like to know some interesting historical facts about the city. So that's basically one of the outdoor capabilities of the robots. But yeah, the main, of course, goal are the deliveries. The next slide, please. So we've done already a few things on the market. We are trying to be very practical about this technology. We've done already 5,000 deliveries. This is early stage, but we have already some proof. We are operating in 4 cities daily, in 4 cities in Poland. One of the things which quite interesting, we do work very closely with the cities. And one of the strong examples, I believe this is the first in Europe. If it's not, please let me know, because I haven't seen it in other countries or cities. The personalized road sign for the robots. So basically, we noticed that when the robot cross the road for the drivers, sometimes it's very futuristic. And yeah, there was a need to warn them in case to warn them so that they know that robot could cross a street as well. So this sign was placed in the city of Gdynia. We also cooperated with Berlin-based startup, so we also available in another countries, especially in Germany, also in Norway. Yeah, and that's pretty much it about delivery couple. So basically, we are quite flexible as well. We've seen some requests about the data collection, about the customized solution like parcel locker on the wheels. So all those options are possible. In case you are interested, let me know on the email. Please, next slide. Yeah, or visit the deliverycouple.com. You could find the contact form there. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thanks to you as well. Very nice sign as well. Great to see. Perfect. So with this one, we will move now over to Spain, and I will ask City Login and Alfonso to continue presenting their solutions and ideas in the context of the main innovation call. Welcome.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Alfonso Molina. I'm the project manager of City Login. Please, next slide. Yeah, just talk a little about City Login. City Login is a logistic and last mile distribution company that offers not only deliveries, also micro logistics service for B2B and B2C commerce with eco-friendly solutions for urban distributions. Our approach is more near to use the hubs or proximity hubs or urban conciliation centers and the use of light electrical vehicles with great capacity. Okay, we understand the problems of the cities about the density and how the new sub-concept of online increasing the number of buyers and the deliveries in the center of the cities. And we are aware of the pollution impact created by the vans. And for that reason, we take this approach to solve the the deliveries in the cities in the best way, and just taking in account that we are operating now in 14 cities in the mass density population in Spain, 14 facilities where we are working right now. Please, next slide. How we can contribute? Well, we have a great experience in participating in European projects. We have just developing some processes, for example, for data sharing or user requirements in industry or our context framework that we are working right now. We can also work on the validation of any solution, not just for new vehicles or new solutions in terms of software that can allow us to increase our operational efficiency. Also, we can just simulate, because we have already working facilities where we can deploy these vehicles or these new solutions and test it in the real world, how it will work. For sure, we can develop also new business case from this kind of new software or new vehicles, just to be for experimenter or tester new solutions, as I told before. And of course, we can validate that all the data will be also really collected from the scope of the project will be anonymized, because we have just process inside our company that allow us to do that. Okay, please, next slide. Well, the outcomes and impact we want just to be part of any consortium that will be created is just to continue to be a benchmark of innovation in urban last mile logistic operation, just to test new vehicles that can allow us to avoid the problems we have for other operations, not only e-commerce that we are working on, like pharmacy or HoReCa sector, and also for bulky, that is different deliveries to the city centers that is not already optimized. We can just testing new technologies or solutions that can enhance our productivity in these service levels or logistic operation. And of course, we are working very hard in collaboration from different institutions, industrial companies, city councils, universities. We are, for example, we are running a collaboration urban conciliation center in Zaragoza that we have just developed 1 year ago, and we are just testing some solutions to get increase the efficiency of this kind of new facilities sharing from two different companies that are already competitors, but we call that competitors. That is competitive, but also cooperative. So next slide, please. If you think we can fit in any kind of test to become a TRL 6 or TRL 5, or also to test in the industry, please connect with us. Here you have the connection, also the YouTube, if you are interested in how our operations are already working on. Thank you very much.
And thank you as well. Very nice insight. So please reach out to Alfonso via his contact information via B2Match if you want to partner up on something. And with this, we come to our final pitch now. We move to Germany, to Hopper, and I would like to welcome Torben to present Hopper now.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for introducing me. I'm from Hopper Mobility, one of the co-founders, and we're located in Hamburg, Germany. And let me right away introduce you to the Hopper, if you mind. Perfect. So what we do is building the Hopper. It is our version of changing mobility for the better. And what we do is building a vehicle to replace the car, or at least give an alternative to the city car. And with that, we make short distances in the city faster, which goes because you can go in the bicycle lane, you can park anywhere. And on average, the car is really slow in the city. We make it cheaper, as it is the car is really expensive and our bicycle just needs electricity. We make it more flexible, so you can take the short route through the park. You can use the bicycle lane, as I said, and you can park anywhere. So it's a really flexible vehicle. And lastly, it's more sustainable than any cargo truck because it's just so much lighter. And our approach is to build an e-bike with all the features and all the advantages of an e-bike, but add all the comforts of the car. So you can see we have a roof, we have a seat, we have a steering wheel, so you can use it all year round with weather protection and so on. The next slide shows a bit more, and I think you need to press multiple times until the full slide shows up. We have a vehicle which is built as a bicycle, but we have a lot of features in it. So it has a patented braking system, it has a modern HMI. You still have to pedal, but going with that, we have a changeable battery, so the range essentially is unlimited, as many batteries you have. The seat is adjustable to multiple body sizes with a big motor, and lastly, we have a big trunk of 300 liters, which is to give an idea about 5 beer crates big. The advantages, it's just faster from door to door in the city center. So because you don't have to look for parking spaces or anything, you have really like fast driving times. You need no driving license, so you can employ personnel which formerly couldn't drive logistic trucks because they have no driving license. The running costs are low. There's almost no maintenance needed. And again, it's cheaper than any car. So we put it next to e-cars in this case, and even against e-cars, if you value in the loss in valuation of the vehicle and the running costs and so on, it's just way cheaper. And what we want to do in this project is, on the next slide, to use our cargo space for any kind of short distance deliveries. So we have the hopper deployed, about 30 vehicles we built already, and we already sold the next 60 vehicles for the next series batch of production. But we are going a lot to B2C customers, and what we want to go deeper into is into B2B short distance deliveries. So with our cargo version, you can put in food, you can do intralogistic on industrial spaces, you can do outpatient care, for example, drug deliveries, pharmacies, often are located in pedestrian zones, and if you use the car, you just walk a long time. So there's so many use cases, we might not even see all of them. So what we are looking for, on the next slide, perfect. We want to make carbon footprint reduced and make cities more livable. In our eyes, it is possible through reducing car traffic. And if you have essentially a problem, there's traffic jams, there's noises, there's air pollution, and so on. We want to show that our version of more sustainable but also comfortable and all year round mobility solution is able to replace cars, to be accepted by the users, by the people in the city. And in the end, we want to show that it's not really car dependent to get goods from A to B. I mean, sure, we're speaking about 300 liters, so it's not the big truck coming in the morning or in the night hours to deliver stuff, but all the short ways in the city, janitors, for example, craftsmen, all those people oftentimes don't need all the stuff. So if you are a city or a partner or any kind of business, industrial site and so on, if you have a problem with cars, traffic jams and so on, we're looking for you to join in the project. Ourselves, we did multiple projects with EITR Mobility. Last year, for example, we did one with a shared hopper version for B2C. So if you look for experienced partners also, happy to connect afterwards. I think my contacts are in the slides next, and also you can look it up afterwards. If there's any questions arise, you can check out the website. Also, there's all the details explained again. Thank you.
Thank you so much too, Torben. I saw you were already active on B2Match as well, so you already displayed your interest and opportunity. So please use B2Match as well if that's more convenient. And yeah, with that, huge thanks to all 6 presenters. So I hope you, the audience, got inspired, got an idea. Please reach out if that's interesting for you and start building, projects, consortia. You have 2 more, not 2 more months, maybe 6 weeks, 7 weeks until the call deadline. So plenty of time to, match make and ideate. With that, I would just like to deep dive very shortly into B2Match again, since this is the platform we are using. If you, exactly, on the next slide, there are basically different functions in B2Match you can make use of. One of it is under the menu participants. You can search by person, organization, and find collaborators which you either already have bookmarked or have signed up to matchmake with, or by specific countries, organization types, or areas of activities you can filter as well. And by clicking on the blue button on the right here, you can request a meeting or chat with each participant. You can see me here as an example as well. So if you have a question about your project idea, the feasibility, if it's of interest for EIT mobility and so on, feel free to book a meeting with one of the 5 innovation lifecycle officers as well. So me for urban logistics, my colleagues Alex and Mireia for public transportation, and my colleagues Itzel and Pavel for electrification, alternative fuels, or your local contact point in the hub can always answer any questions as well and redirect you. So you have the additional function as well, named opportunities, which is a public forum to share basically offers and needs. So you can find these in the menu under opportunities and create your own to share on the platform. And here you can differentiate and search by project coordination expertise or define a specific request as well. And you can, of course, browse and filter these opportunities of other registered participants and send a message to request a meeting to follow up on. And the last one is under the menu meetings. Under availability, you can sign up for long-term matchmaking as well to request and schedule video calls between now and the 30th of June. So you can access video calls directly via the B2Match platform. No need for Teams or Zooms here, but just to basically have efficient meetings for building projects or consortia in B2Match. So the matchmaking opportunities do not end the moment the call is closing, but are going on a little longer, and you can stay active longer. So yeah, don't forget to interact on B2Match and use these opportunities already. Then, here you can just see a reminder of the information sessions which are available for you, followed by electrification alternative fuels in the afternoon at 2:30. Meet the cities, guidance to applicants tomorrow, commercialization and financial sustainability, as well as intellectual property on Thursday. All sessions are recorded and will be made available on B2Match as well as the call website, so you can always look it up. With that, we will move to the Q&A. So first, a reminder, if you have any questions, here's the official mail address for this year's call. It's 2025, since the implementation will take place in 2025. So don't confuse that with 2024. But if there are any questions now, if you haven't done so already, please drop them in the Q&A function in the bottom in Zoom. I see there are no questions until now. So if you have any questions to me for the call framework or one of the 6 great presenters, please drop them in. Otherwise, if you have to think about it a little bit more, reach out later. So I don't know, let me open the chat if there's something. No. Now I see one. 1 second. Yeah, so I just got a message who's eligible for the call. So, and Switzerland, that's it has a line in the call manual where Switzerland is specifically addressed. In my understanding, it is eligible, but please check in the call manual, since there's a specific term for Horizon Europe associated countries which are not directly in the EU. Any other Q&A? Could you please specify what TRL 6 means? So TRL refers to the Technology Readiness Level. And we basically want to see solutions which are already verified and tested, but needs to be demonstrated in the local environment. So that there's a proof of concept and so on, but you need to have final funding to explore if your solution can get implemented in the market and then reaches the market too. So basically jumping from TRL 7 to TRL 9 during the project implementation of where we are funding your innovation. I hope that answers. Otherwise, it says very detailed in the call manual too what it means going from TRL 7 to TRL 9. Can entities which are not partner from EIT can participate to this call? Yes, they can. So just as a reminder, you don't need to be a partner to basically submit your proposal. But when your proposal gets awarded, all project partners need to become a partner of EIT Air Mobility for the period of the project implementation. That refers to is referred to in the call manual. You can read up on it. It's quite in the beginning directly. But as a reminder, while you write the proposal, there's no need for it, or for when you submit it, there's no need neither. Only once you get awarded. I hope that answers this as well. And then the last one. Good morning and thank you for the presentation. I would like to a clarification on the topic disruptive changes. So it's only about climate change issues or also other situations. It's not just addressing climate change. It could be security threats, for example, to a pandemic, basically the overall resilience of the logistic solutions network in our city. So how to make it more resilient, improve climate mitigation. I think this is the most common example. And we clearly see a need here. But it's overall resilience. Yeah. Then new question. I see all the pitches provided interesting delivery solutions based on vehicles. Is this expected approach in the 2025 call? Vehicles for urban deliveries. Yes, as you can see, it's not directly as a topic listed in there, but as I said previously, they are not exclusive. So if you have an interesting solution which addresses vehicle innovation, we are very curious to see a project around that too. Could be linked to urban logistics hubs as well, or route optimization. I mean, all the topics are quite interlinked, but this is vehicle innovation is of course not excluded from the topics we are interested to fund this year. I have to click on answer live. Are there any other questions at this point? I don't see any. Okay, I would say otherwise, we had a sharp and efficient 1 hour of introducing the topics of interest, the framework. You got inspired by some very interesting pitches. If there are any other questions of any kind, please reach out to this email address. You're welcome to contact me or the presenters directly if there are any questions around what was presented today from the 6 pitches. So I don't see another question. So with that, I would say thanks a lot for participating and listening in. And I wish you good luck for the next, several weeks until the call deadline approaches. So have a very nice day. Bye. And thanks a lot to all speakers.